Time moved swiftly, and the bond between humans and Zephyrians grew stronger each day. John Carter and Captain Laura Bennett continued working closely, guiding the peaceful alliance that had united many worlds. But peace often attracted those who desired chaos. One calm afternoon, a distress signal suddenly echoed throughout Zephyria. Laura and John hurried to the command center, finding General Marcus Blake already there, looking concerned. "What's happening?" John asked immediately. "The signal comes from the nearby world of Astra V," Marcus explained. "They are under attack from unknown forces. Their leaders request urgent help." Laura straightened, her voice firm. "We must respond quickly." Marcus nodded gravely. "Exactly. You two will lead the mission. Your partnership inspires confidence and strength. Take what you need and hurry." Within hours, John, Laura, and a combined force of humans and Zephyrians launched into space. Their ship quickly approached Astra V, a peaceful and resource-rich planet vital to the Alliance. As they drew closer, the scene before them was alarming. Enemy ships, sleek and menacing, surrounded Astra V, firing relentlessly. Explosions lit the dark space, highlighting the attackers' brutal efficiency. "Who are they?" John asked, shocked by the ruthless attack. Laura's eyes narrowed. "Pirates, seeking power and resources. They attack worlds that appear weak or isolated." John felt determination surge through him. "We won't let them succeed." Laura nodded firmly. "Agreed. Let's show them our unity." Their fleet swiftly engaged. The enemy. Humans and Zephyrians fought as one, displaying perfect coordination and courage. John and Laura led strategically, directing attacks with precision and ensuring minimal harm to Astra V. Amidst the fierce battle, an enemy leader broadcast a taunting message. "You cannot win, Zephyrians. Humans will betray you eventually." Laura responded firmly, her voice clear and resolute. "You misunderstand our unity. Together, humans and Zephyrians stand unbreakable." Her words inspired their allies. With renewed determination, the Alliance fleet intensified their attacks. John's tactical insight and Laura's courageous leadership became the decisive edge they needed. Gradually, the enemy's formation weakened. John spotted an opportunity, signaling Laura quickly. "Focus our forces here." John indicated a weak spot on the enemy ships. "We can break their lines now." Laura acted immediately, commanding their combined fleet. The precise attack shattered the enemy's defenses, forcing the pirates into a rapid retreat. Cheers erupted across communication channels. Astra V was safe. Landing on Astra V, they were greeted warmly by grateful citizens and leaders. Relief and joy filled the air. "You arrived just in time," the planet's governor expressed deeply. "Your unity is our salvation." Laura responded kindly. "We stand stronger together, always." After securing Astra V, John and Laura took a moment of quiet reflection, walking together through a peaceful garden on the planet. The day's intense battle still fresh in their minds. "It never gets easier," Laura admitted quietly, "but knowing we fight together gives me strength." John nodded, sharing her sentiment deeply. "Our unity truly makes the difference. It gives hope to so many." Laura looked into the distance, thoughtful. "Yet, the pirate's words trouble me. Do others doubt our alliance?" John gently reassured her. "There will always be skeptics, Laura, but our actions show clearly the strength of our partnership." Laura turned to him, sincerity clear in her eyes. "You're right, John. Our unity speaks louder than their doubts." They returned to Zephyria, greeted with celebration and pride. General Marcus Blake congratulated them warmly. "Again, your partnership protected our alliance," Marcus said proudly. "Your example inspires many." In the days that followed, news of their successful mission spread quickly, further strengthening bonds between allied worlds. Many praised John and Laura as symbols of peace and unity. However, the enemy's warning lingered quietly, a reminder of the constant need for vigilance. Laura and John knew their responsibilities had grown significantly. Yet, their bond remained a steady source of strength, helping them face challenges together. One evening, under Zephyria's brilliant stars, they discussed their journey quietly. "Our alliance is stronger than ever," Laura said, pride evident in her voice. "Yet, our task is far from over." John smiled warmly, reassuring her gently. "As long as we stand united, we can overcome anything." Laura turned to face him fully, sincerity clear in her eyes. "Your faith gives me confidence, John. Carter, our unity must always remain our greatest strength." John nodded firmly. "It will, Laura. Always." They stood quietly together, feeling the profound importance of their shared mission. The universe was vast, filled with dangers and uncertainties. But together, they provided hope and security for countless others. John felt deep gratitude, knowing that no matter what came next, Laura would be beside him. Their unity was not just practical. It was a source of courage, resilience, and hope as they looked out at the peaceful city below. John knew their work was essential and ongoing. Yet, he felt confident in their ability to face future challenges. Their friendship had grown into something powerful and enduring, guiding them through every struggle and victory. Laura gently placed her hand over his, offering silent comfort and support. "Thank you, John." John squeezed her hand gently, deeply appreciative of their bond. "Thank you, Laura." Their quiet moment ended peacefully, both understanding clearly the path ahead. Many trials awaited, but their unity will guide them always. A beacon of hope for the alliance they cherished deeply. Life on Zephyria gradually settled into a peaceful routine, strengthened by the successful alliance forged by John Carter and Captain Laura Bennett. The city prospered, bustling with energy and renewed hope. Humans and Zephyrians continued to work together, exchanging knowledge and culture freely. Yet, even amid this peace, new challenges and adventures awaited. One clear morning, John and Laura were summoned to General Marcus Blake's office. They arrived quickly, sensing the importance of the request. "Thank you for coming promptly," Marcus greeted them warmly. "We have received urgent news from Earth." John felt a pang of concern. "Is everything all right?" Marcus nodded reassuringly. "Earth is well, but there is a discovery that involves both our worlds. Human explorers have found an ancient relic on a distant planet, connected to Zephyria's past. Earth asked for our assistance to investigate." Laura's interest piqued immediately. "A relic? How is it linked to us?" Marcus explained. "It bears markings and technology similar to our armor. Earth believes understanding it might strengthen our alliance even further. They specifically requested you both, given your combined experiences." John exchanged a glance with Laura, both excited by the prospect. "We're ready, General," he said confidently. Marcus smiled approvingly. "Good. Your ship leaves tomorrow." "Good luck." Early the next morning, John and Laura boarded a sleek human starship bound for the distant planet, named Astra 4. During the journey, they spent time studying available data about the relic. Their discussions were lively, filled with curiosity and excitement. "It is fascinating," Laura mused, examining images carefully. "These markings are like ours, but older, more complex." John nodded thoughtfully. "If it's Zephyrian, this could reveal much about your ancestors and technology." Upon arriving at Astra 4, they descended onto a rugged landscape covered with thick vegetation and rocky terrain. The relic had been found within ancient ruins deep inside a dense forest. Guided by Earth's exploration team, John and Laura journeyed into the jungle, feeling anticipation grow with each step. The ruins soon appeared through thick trees, an impressive sight of towering stones and intricate carvings. At the center stood the relic, a large object glowing faintly with an unfamiliar energy. Laura stepped forward cautiously, studying it closely. "It is indeed Zephyrian, very old but clearly related to our armor." John carefully touched its surface, feeling a gentle vibration beneath his fingers. Suddenly, the relic glowed brighter, responding to their presence. "What is happening?" "Laura!" asked, surprised yet calm. It recognizes us, John realized. It senses Zephyrian armor and human presence. The relic suddenly projected a holographic message. A figure resembling an ancient Zephyrian appeared before them, speaking clearly. Greetings, descendants, the figure said gently. You stand united, Zephyrian and human, as was hoped long ago. This relic holds our knowledge, meant for a time when cooperation between species became reality. John and Laura listened closely, deeply moved by the words. Long ago, the figure continued, our people explored the stars, believing unity was essential for survival. Sadly, divisions arose, leading us to hide our greatest knowledge, hoping future generations would succeed where we failed. Your unity activates this message. Laura looked deeply affected. Our ancestors dreamed of unity with others. We are fulfilling their hopes. John felt pride and humility. This is incredible. Our alliance means even more now. The hologram spoke. Again, this relic holds technological secrets, advancements in armor, and knowledge for peaceful coexistence. Use them wisely to strengthen your bonds. As the message ended, John and Laura felt awed by their responsibility. We must share this, Laura said firmly. It can help many worlds, not just ours. John nodded, agreeing fully. This can ensure lasting peace. They carefully studied the relic, documenting its knowledge and technology. Earth's team assisted eagerly, impressed by the unity shown by John and Laura. Returning to Zephyria, they shared their discoveries with General Blake and Earth's leaders. The news spread quickly, inspiring many worlds to join the alliance. Marcus Blake spoke proudly at the gathering held to honor their achievement. This relic reminds us unity was always within our reach. Thanks to John Carter and Captain Laura Bennett, we have rediscovered our true strength, cooperation, and trust. Celebrations followed, filling the city with joy. John and Laura watched from their familiar balcony, quietly reflecting. Our ancestors' dream came true, Laura said softly. They hoped for unity and peace, and we achieved it together. John smiled warmly. I couldn't ask for a better partner. Laura turned, her eyes bright with sincerity. Neither could I, John Carter. Their bond had become even stronger, enriched by shared adventures and challenges. They had not only secured peace, but also deepened their trust, respect, and friendship as they stood together beneath Zephyr's glowing twin moons. John knew their journey was far from over. Many adventures lay ahead, but they would face them together. Their unity stronger than ever. The relic's message had reminded them clearly of the power of friendship and cooperation. John felt deeply grateful, knowing their combined strength could overcome any challenge. Laura gently placed a hand on his arm. We have much to do, but I'm glad you are by my side. John smiled sincerely, feeling true contentment. Always, Laura. Together we can accomplish anything. They stood quietly, feeling peaceful and ready for the future. Their friendship had blossomed into something deeply meaningful, guiding them forward with confidence and hope with renewed determination. John and Laura embraced their roles as ambassadors of peace and unity, committed to fulfilling the dream their ancestors once imagined, a universe thriving on trust, respect, and understanding. Days after the victory against the Korev, Zephyria began to rebuild and heal. The city was filled with a sense of hope and purpose. Humans and Zephyrians worked side by side, repairing damaged buildings, helping the injured, and strengthening their defenses. The atmosphere was one of cooperation and unity, stronger than ever before. John Carter continued to stay on Zephyria, assisting with reconstruction and deepening the alliance between their peoples. He found himself feeling more at home with each passing day, appreciating the warmth and strength of the Zephyrian people. At the center of this newfound comfort was Captain Laura Bennett, whose friendship had become an important part of his life. One afternoon, Laura approached John as he supervised repairs on a large community building. Her expression was thoughtful, and John noticed something different about her demeanor. John, she said quietly, I must speak with you privately. Of course, John replied, feeling a bit curious. They stepped away from the busy streets to a quiet garden nearby, filled with blooming plants that thrived under Zephyria's twin sons. Laura took a deep breath, seeming slightly uncertain or rare. Sight for someone usually so confident. I have received news from General Blake. There is a gathering of leaders from neighboring worlds. They wish to discuss a broader alliance, inspired by our victory against the Korath. That's excellent news, John said, smiling broadly. This could ensure lasting peace for your people and humanity. Laura nodded slowly. Yes, it could. General Blake wants both of us to represent Zephyria at the gathering. He believes our partnership shows clearly how cooperation can lead to strength. John felt honored by the request and a bit nervous. I'm happy to help, Laura. Together, we can show everyone the benefits of unity. Laura looked into John's eyes, her gaze serious yet gentle. There's more. This meeting will involve a test of trust and understanding. Each world will choose 2 representatives to face challenges together, symbolizing their commitment. John raised an eyebrow, curious. What kind of challenges? Laura explained calmly. The test will assess teamwork, problem-solving, and loyalty. General Blake believes our friendship and trust make us ideal candidates, but the challenges can be intense. John placed a reassuring hand on Laura's shoulder. We have faced battles together, Laura. Whatever challenges await, I trust we can handle them. Laura smiled softly, visibly comforted by his confidence. Your words give me strength, John Carter. Over the next few days, they prepared carefully for the upcoming event. They trained together, practicing teamwork exercises and discussing strategies. Laura shared more about her people's history and customs, helping John understand the importance of the challenges ahead. When the day arrived, they traveled to a neutral world named Orion Prime. Representatives from various planets gathered in a large, impressive arena filled with spectators eager to witness the tests. John and Laura stood side by side, feeling the weight of the moment but confident in their unity. The first challenge involved navigating a complex maze filled with obstacles and puzzles. John and Laura moved swiftly, communicating clearly, and supporting each other throughout. They overcame barriers together, their trust evident to all who watched. The next challenge tested problem-solving skills. They faced a locked chamber with a series of intricate puzzles. John's quick thinking and Laura's sharp observation combined perfectly, allowing them to solve the puzzles swiftly. Spectators cheered as they emerged victorious. Finally, they faced the loyalty test, the hardest of all. Each participant was given a choice: save themselves from danger or risk everything to help their partner. Without hesitation, both John and Laura chose to protect each other, clearly demonstrating their strong bond and mutual trust. When the challenges concluded, the crowd erupted in applause, impressed by their genuine cooperation and dedication. The leaders of the worlds present praised their teamwork, acknowledging that their bond exemplified the strength that unity could achieve. General Marcus Blake stepped forward proudly, his voice clear and authoritative. Captain Laura Bennett and diplomat John Carter have proven that unity and trust are powerful forces. Let their example inspire us all to form a lasting alliance. The assembly agreed wholeheartedly, pledging cooperation and friendship among their worlds. John and Laura exchanged smiles, deeply moved by what their trust had accomplished. As they returned to Zephyria, the atmosphere was one of celebration. Their success had not only secured peace, but also strengthened the ties between humans and Zephyrians even further. That evening, John and Laura stood together, overlooking the city lights from their favorite spot on the balcony. The peaceful evening air felt comforting, a reminder of their hard-earned victory. Laura spoke softly, her eyes reflecting pride and gratitude. We have achieved much together, John, more than I ever imagined when we first met. John chuckled lightly, recalling their initial misunderstanding. Who knew a simple compliment about armor could lead to this? Laura laughed warmly, nodding. Indeed, your joke changed everything. Their laughter quieted, replaced by comfortable silence. John felt a deep sense of contentment, thankful for the strong bond they built. He knew that their partnership had become an example for others, a symbol of unity and trust. Laura turned to face him fully, her expression serious yet gentle. I am honored to call you my friend and ally, John Carter. The honor is mine, John replied sincerely. I can't imagine a better partner. They stood quietly for a moment longer, enjoying the peace and friendship they'd nurtured. With each passing day, their bond grew stronger, built on shared experiences, trust, and mutual respect. John knew their future was bright, filled with possibilities and adventures. Whatever lay ahead, he was certain they would face it together, united in purpose and friendship. And he was ready for whatever came next, confident that their alliance would only grow stronger. The day of the battle arrived quickly. John stood alongside Captain Laura Bennett, ready to face the Korath. Humans from Earth's military had landed overnight, bringing ships, soldiers, and advanced technology. Together with the Zephyrians, they formed a strong alliance, determined to protect Zephyria and ensure peace. Laura looked confident, her bright armor shining under the morning suns. She had prepared carefully for this day. Beside her, John wore new armor, specially crafted by Laura herself. It felt heavy but reassuring, symbolizing their trust and friendship. Ready, John Carter? Laura asked, turning to him with a strong gaze. Ready, John replied firmly, his voice filled with determination. The Korath ships appeared suddenly in the sky, dark and menacing. Their arrival caused silence among the Zephyrians, and humans gathered on the battlefield. John felt tension grow, but he steadied himself, trusting their careful plans. Stand firm, Laura commanded, her voice clear and strong. Together we will defeat them. The Korath attacked fiercely, ships diving from above and unleashing powerful blasts. Explosions shook the ground as Zephyrians and humans fought bravely. Side by side, John watched Laura fight with amazing skill and courage, leading her warriors forward fearlessly. John quickly coordinated Earth's military technology, guiding precise strikes against the enemy. The humans' weapons were powerful and accurate, surprising the Korath and weakening their attacks. Hold the line, John shouted, encouraging everyone around him. They can't break our unity. Laura heard his words and smiled, inspired by his bravery. She led a charge, cutting through enemy lines with swift, powerful movements. John's heart raced, proud and determined to match her courage. The battle raged on, fierce and intense. Humans and Zephyrians stood their ground, working perfectly together. Slowly, the tide turned against the Korath. Their attacks became scattered and desperate as they realized their strength was failing. Push forward, Laura commanded, seeing the enemy weakening. Victory is near. John fought beside her, protecting her back while she protected his. Their teamwork was seamless, born from hours spent training and planning. Together, they advanced steadily, forcing the Korath to retreat. Suddenly, an explosion nearby knocked John to the ground. Dazed, he struggled to get back up, the sound of fighting loud around him. Laura quickly appeared, standing protectively over him, deflecting enemy fire with her shield. John, are you hurt? She asked urgently, her eyes filled with concern. No, I'm fine, he assured her, quickly regaining his footing. Thank you. Laura nodded sharply, relief flashing in her eyes. Stay close. We finished this now. They charged forward again, rallying their combined forces. The humans used advanced tactics, striking carefully and weakening enemy ships. The Zephyrians fought bravely, their powerful armor protecting them from harm. Gradually, the Korath fleet began retreating fully, acknowledging their defeat. When the last enemy ship disappeared, silence fell over the battlefield. Exhausted but victorious, humans and Zephyrians cheered together, celebrating their hard-earned victory. John turned to Laura, smiling widely. We did it! Together, we protected Zephyria. Laura smiled back warmly, her eyes bright with pride. Yes, together. Your bravery inspired us, John Carter. They returned to the city together, greeted by cheers and gratitude from the Zephyrian people. General Marcus Blake welcomed them with pride. You fought bravely, he praised them. Zephyria owes its survival to your courage and unity. Thank you, General, John replied humbly. We stood strong together. Marcus nodded approvingly. Our alliance with humans is strong. Today has shown that clearly. Celebrations continued into the night, filled with joy and relief. John and Laura stood together, watching people dance and cheer. Their bond had grown even stronger through battle, solidified by shared danger and victory. Laura spoke quietly, thoughtful, and sincere. Today changed our world forever, John. Humans and Zephyrians are now bound by trust and friendship. John nodded, deeply moved by her words. I feel honored to stand with your people. Laura turned to him fully, her expression serious yet gentle. You have earned our deepest respect and my deepest trust. John smiled warmly. Your friendship means a great deal to me. Laura's eyes softened. And yours to me. Together, they walked through the festive city streets, enjoying the happiness around them. They knew there would be more challenges ahead, but tonight, peace and victory were theirs. Their alliance had proven strong, a foundation for lasting. Peace between humans and Zephyrians. John felt contentment deep within, grateful to be part of something greater than himself. Laura's presence beside him was comforting and reassuring. They had come far from the awkward first meeting, now bound by mutual respect and trust forged in battle. As the celebrations quieted, John and Laura sat overlooking the city, peaceful in each other's company. The bond they shared had grown naturally, founded on trust, respect, and shared purpose. The future held much promise, strengthened by their unity and friendship. John knew he had found something rare and valuable on Zephyria. True friendship and understanding. And as he sat beside Laura, he was certain that together they could face whatever challenges awaited them. The next morning, John woke up feeling rested and ready for the day ahead. He dressed quickly and stepped outside, finding Captain Laura Bennett already waiting for him. She stood tall and proud, her armor gleaming in the early morning sunlight. Good morning, John Carter, Laura greeted him warmly. I trust you rested well. Very well, thank you, John replied, smiling. Your world is beautiful and calming. Laura nodded with approval. I'm glad you think so. Today, we begin the formal talks between your people and mine. First, I will take you to meet our leaders. John walked alongside Laura as she guided him through the bustling city streets. Zephyrians watched them closely as they passed. John could see curiosity in their eyes and also caution. Laura noticed his concern and reassured him. They watch because humans are new to us. But you have my respect, and they trust my judgment. Thank you, Captain, John said sincerely. I will do my best to earn their trust too. Laura smiled softly. You are already on your way. They soon arrived at a grand building in the center of the city, crafted from polished stone and metal. Its large doors opened silently as they approached. Inside, the hall was spacious, filled with Zephyrian warriors and important officials. Their armor shimmering with authority, dotted the end of the hall stood an older Zephyrian man whose armor was the most impressive. He stepped forward, eyeing John carefully. Welcome, John Carter, the older man spoke firmly. I am General Marcus Blake, leader of Zephyria. We have heard much about humans and their ways. I look forward to hearing your words, John nodded respectfully. Thank you, General Blake. Humans seek peace and friendship with Zephyria. We believe cooperation can help both our people grow stronger. Marcus studied John closely, then smiled faintly. Your words are good. Captain Bennett speaks highly of you. Her judgment I trust deeply. Laura glanced at John, giving him an encouraging look. John felt a sense of relief, knowing he had an ally who believed in him. The meeting began officially, with Zephyrian leaders asking John many questions about Earth and humanity. They were curious about human technology, culture, and values. John answered carefully and honestly, knowing their future relations depended on trust and clear communication. "We have heard humans can be dangerous," one Zephyrian advisor said. Skeptically, "Why should we trust you?" John took a deep breath and spoke calmly. "All species have potential for danger, including humans. But we also value peace, honor, and friendship. We believe our strengths complement yours. Together we can face any threat." Marcus nodded thoughtfully. "We have threats indeed. The Korath are becoming aggressive and have attacked our border worlds. They are strong, ruthless, and determined." John listened carefully, sensing the seriousness of the issue. "Then let our first act of friendship be assisting you against this threat. Humans have strategies and technology that may help." Marcus exchanged looks with his advisors, considering John's offer. Finally, he nodded in agreement. "Your assistance will be welcome. Captain Bennett, you will work closely with John Carter to develop our strategies." Lavra stepped forward, nodding sharply. "Yes, General Blake, it will be done." With formal discussions ending, John and Laura walked back outside. John felt relieved that talks had gone well so far. He turned to Laura. "Curious. Tell me more about the Korath. How dangerous are they?" Laura's face turned serious. "The Korath are fierce warriors, ruthless and powerful. They conquer worlds without mercy. We have defended our borders well, but their numbers are growing." John nodded. "Then we need to act. Quickly, I will request immediate support from Earth. Together we can stop them." Laura looked at him gratefully. "I believe in your promise, John Carter. I have seen honesty and strength in you." John smiled, feeling encouraged by her words. "Then we will succeed." The following days became busy. John and Laura spent hours studying maps, planning strategies, and sharing ideas. They trained side by side, blending Zephyrian armor techniques with human military tactics. Slowly, the initial awkwardness between them disappeared, replaced by genuine respect and understanding. Laura showed John the significance of each armor piece, teaching him to appreciate the history and pride behind every design. John shared stories from Earth, speaking about human struggles and triumphs, bringing them closer together. One evening, after long hours of preparation, John and Laura stood on a balcony overlooking the city. The twin suns were setting, painting the sky in soft purples and golds. Laura looked thoughtful, her expression gentle. "You have surprised me, John Carter. When you first arrived, I was unsure about you." John chuckled softly. "That misunderstanding about your armor did not help." Laura smiled warmly. "Perhaps it did help in its way. It showed me your honesty and your ability to handle difficult situations with dignity." John looked into her eyes, seeing respect and friendship clearly reflected there. "I appreciate that, Laura. I've learned much from you as well." "Tomorrow we face the Korath," Laura said seriously. "It will be dangerous. Are you ready?" John nodded firmly. "With you and your people by my side, yes. We will face whatever comes." Laura placed a gentle hand on his shoulder. "Together, we will be strong." John felt warmth and strength from her touch, more determined than ever to succeed. Their friendship had grown quickly, founded on trust and shared purpose. They stood quietly together, watching the suns disappear behind distant mountains. Tomorrow would bring a true test of their alliance, but tonight they felt a deep bond, born from mutual respect and understanding. John knew challenges awaited, but with Laura and her brave warriors at his side, he felt confident they would overcome any obstacle. The peace between humans and Zephyrians depended on their courage and cooperation, and John Carter was ready to fight for that peace. John Carter stepped off the shuttle onto the unfamiliar ground of planet Zephyria. He looked around carefully. The world was bright, with two suns shining in the pale green sky, and strange plants waved gently in the warm breeze. He took a deep breath and steadied himself. John was not new to traveling among the stars, but each world still brought excitement and a bit of worry. As a diplomat from Earth, His mission was clear: create peace between humans and the strong warrior people of Zephyria. This was important because the Zephyrians were famous for their powerful armor and fierce fighting skills. They could become valuable allies. The Zephyrians stood waiting for him, tall and proud. Their armor shone in the sunlight, looking both beautiful and frightening. Each piece of armor had sharp edges and intricate designs, clearly made with great care and skill. John noticed one warrior standing in front of the others, clearly the leader. Her armor was brighter and more detailed, decorated with symbols that likely represented her rank and achievements. "Welcome to Zephyria, John Carter," the armored warrior greeted him, stepping forward. Her voice was strong and clear, matching her confident posture. "I am Captain Laura Bennett. I am in charge of your safety and will guide you during your stay." John smiled warmly, trying to hide his nervousness. "Thank you, Captain Bennett. Your armor is impressive." Laura tilted her head slightly, puzzled. "Do you find my armor pleasing?" John, attempting to be friendly, laughed lightly and said, "Yes, very nice armor." He expected a simple smile or nod, but instead, Laura quickly reached for the clasp on her shoulder. In moments, she had removed her helmet and then began to swiftly remove the rest of her armor. John's eyes widened, and he felt his face flush with embarrassment and confusion. "Do you prefer this instead?" Laura asked plainly, standing before him in a simple fitted suit that Zephyrians wore beneath their armor. Her expression was curious. Without any shame or embarrassment, John coughed awkwardly, trying to hide his surprise. "Oh, I didn't mean. I was just trying to be polite." Laura smiled gently, realizing the confusion. "Ah, I see. On Zephyria, removing our armor means showing trust and openness. I misunderstood your compliment as a request. I'm sorry for the confusion," John quickly explained, feeling foolish but relieved. "I meant it as a joke, something friendly to break the ice." Laura chuckled softly, her face relaxing into an easy smile. "I understand now. Human humor is unusual to us. But perhaps this mistake was good. It showed you our custom clearly." John laughed with relief, appreciating her understanding. "Yes, it did, though maybe a little too clearly." Laura stepped closer, her eyes thoughtful. "Your arrival here is important to my people. We respect bravery, honesty, and strength. Your willingness to face misunderstandings without anger shows you have courage." "Thank you, Captain," John replied sincerely. "I hope we can build a strong friendship between our people." "We hope the same," Laura said firmly. "Come, I will show you more of our world." John followed Laura and her warriors toward a great city in the distance. The buildings rose high and sleek, made from shiny materials that gleamed under the two suns. As they walked, Laura explained more about Zephyrian customs, their way of life, and how honor and trust were at the center of their society. As they entered the city gates, John noticed other Zephyrians watching him carefully. Some seemed curious, others wary. Laura assured him quietly, "Do not worry, Diplomat Carter. My people have heard many things about humans, some good, some worrying, but I believe they will see your good intentions." "I'm grateful for your trust," John said honestly. "I will do my best to show your people that humans seek friendship, not conflict." Laura nodded thoughtfully. "Your words mean much. Actions will mean even more." John smiled, understanding her meaning. He knew the real challenge lay ahead, in the formal negotiations and discussions. He needed to prove that humanity could be a reliable and strong ally to these warriors. They continued walking through the busy streets, filled with Zephyrians going about their daily lives. There were markets selling exotic foods, arenas for training, and places where skilled artisans created the famous armor. John watched closely, fascinated by their careful craftsmanship. "Our armor is not just protection," Laura explained as she saw John's interest. "It represents who we are. Each piece tells a story of our achievements and battles." "That is amazing," John said sincerely. "It's more than equipment. It's your history and your pride. Laura's eyes sparkled with approval. Exactly. Few outsiders understand this. You have good insight, John Carter. Perhaps you will do well here. John felt encouraged by her words. Despite the awkward beginning, he sensed a growing respect between them. He knew he still had much to learn, but he was eager to build trust and understanding. Peaceful relations. Depended on it. As the suns began setting, bathing the city in soft golden light, John felt a deep sense of hope. Laura showed him to his accommodations, a simple but comfortable space. Before leaving him, she paused at the doorway. Rest well, Diplomat Carter, she said warmly. Tomorrow will bring many challenges, but today we took a good first step. John nodded gratefully. Thank you, Captain Bennett. She smiled softly and left, leaving John alone with his thoughts. He knew tomorrow's negotiations were vital, but for now, he was thankful for the simple, honest moment they shared, even if it began with an awkward joke about her armor.